everybody.
Okay, Larry, thank you. We are indeed at the beautiful state-of-the-art U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Minnesota Vikings. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their 6'7" quarterback out of Memphis. It's Paxton Lynch.
And there's no getting around it. When you first look at Paxton Lynch, you see his height. You see 6'7". You can't get it. You can't get past it. But don't think that he's immobile. This guy has great footwork, quick feet, and moves around really well. And when you think you've got him hemmed in the pocket, he can escape in a big way and then beat you downfield with his arm.
On second down, Lynch firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Lynch to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. On first down, it's Lynch. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll run for the first time with Hill. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now on second down, this is Gurley. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
To throw is Lynch. On the move to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up a 4th down.
I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes.
Let's go.
They're going on 4th down. It's Lynch. And this is incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. They'll run for the first time with Lacey. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Again, it's Lacey. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Back-to-back runs that were stacked up. Offensively, now you've got to think to yourself, do we change blocking assignments? Do we change formations? Do we change looks in order to try and get the running game going?
And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on 3rd. Love. Trying to lay one up deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Lynch. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They come out here in the eye. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Lynch looking to throw on second. And he finds a man on the crossing route. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough. Swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Here's Lynch. Going right side here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Vikings! Robbie Anderson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
And now we get our first look at a guy who's been around the block a time or two. He will not be rattled today.
And that changes things for a defensive coordinator because normally when you get the young guys, you get the rookies, you throw all the exotic blitzes at them and looks they haven't seen. But this guy, he's seen it all.
They begin the drive with Lacey. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And out now come the Vikings. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now Lynch, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Rashawn Perriman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now India take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They run it again with Lacey. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it. Here's Lacey. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On 2nd down, Lacey. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it, and they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Throwing here, Lynch on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. They find some open field here.
Naturally, we're going to say it was a poor pass, but the defensive guys say it was just a great play by them. They broke on the football, picked it off, and gave some momentum to their team.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped.
False start, offense.
They'll come out in the pistol. Following the penalty now, Lacey. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
That's complete right around the 8. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Well, the coaches mentioned they weren't as concerned about big play offense. They thought they could get some shorter, quicker stuff and be consistent. And that's kind of what they showed there.
What they saw in preparation, what they saw in...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nick Vanette, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Paxton Lynch now, he gets set and heads back onto the field. Now, he's looked pretty good. Does have the one interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
They'll take the offset. When you're talking about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
They'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lynch. Out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Well, here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And they'll indeed go for it with Lynch. It's caught. Jones. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Now a pitch out to Hill. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, Lynch. The left side completion to Jones. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. So completion on 2nd down, that brings up 3rd. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Lynch. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. And the Colts getting ready to go. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. To throw on 2nd down is Locke. Surveying the field. Able to shake him off. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing on 3rd down, Locke. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. All right, so the timeout over, and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, The defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there?
Another timeout called by the Vikings now. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. So 3rd and goal. The defense in the dime.
Can still bring pressure.
Now Luck on 3rd and goal. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Jordan Reed with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. And he's able to put it through. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Rolling to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On the counter, here's Lacey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going. So now it's 3rd and 7. And defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. He'll return it from the 6. A big-time return there, 40 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90! Watch it now! Over! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Final play of the half. It's Lynch finding time. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now, never mind, Larry. Forget your halftime report. Apparently, we are set for the 3rd quarter of action already. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They start the second half with Lacey. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Here's Luck now on second down. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. One back is Lacey. He's going to get the football. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Say what you want about Eddie Lacy. He is really important to his team, and right now they're holding him down well below his normal yardage total, and his team's losing the game.
And we talk about it so often, how tough he is to bring down, but they found a way to do it.
Yeah, I think gang tackling, getting a lot of people to him, that's the key to everything. Not many guys can take him down one-on-one consistently. We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him. And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Lacey. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Well, he was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. And that is incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And it's 4th and 4.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Time to tighten up the seatbelt just a little bit, partner, because that was a safety that crashed in there and made that play behind the line of scrimmage. How about that pursuit?
To throw is Lynch. Flush to his right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And McManus able to put it through, and that'll make this a 7-point game. So it's only 3 points on this opening drive of the 3rd quarter. And even though that stretches out the lead, Charles, I think you'd have to consider this a win for the defense, no?
Couldn't agree more, Brandon. That offense got themselves in prime position to really open up this ball game, but the drive stalled out. And yeah, 3 points is very easy to get back in today's NFL.
They come out here in the eye. They start the drive on the ground with Lacey. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. Out of the gun, Luck. And he's got his man, Hilton. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why.
Eddie Lacy, see you later. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6.
Offside. Defense.
Well, they have the yards anyway, so they're going to decline the penalty. Red zone opportunity. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. A shotgun snap for Luck. He's got time. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You drop an 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. So they tried runs on 1st and goal and 2nd and goal, got stonewalled. Now from here, they've got to throw, right?
I would think think so, and I would think you also maybe want to come up with something different in terms of formation. Maybe spread things out a little bit. Even though you're down near the goal line where things are tight, get it spread out a little bit and try and find some room to operate. Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
Here's the punter, McAfee, to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On first down, it's Lynch. And Jones has it over the middle. That throw good for 4. It's second down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. Back now at beautiful new U.S. Bank Stadium. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Here we go now.
On second down, Lynch. Over the middle, it's complete. 15 yards there for number 15. Now Lynch on first down. Steps away. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground. It didn't go in the other direction.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And able to find Dorsett. That one goes for 24 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. On first down, it's Gurley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Following the fumble recovery, here's Luck. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And he's brought down after a good gain. A nice gain at 21 yards. Luck on first down. He's got time in the pocket. Out to the left here to Reed. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
The speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Here's Luck. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Luck to Hilton on the hook up there. 48 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They'll run it with Lacey. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. One back is Lacey. So they're on the 5-yard line here, second down and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Eddie Lacy, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Well, we've seen some lead changes, and it certainly appeared that one of these squads was in full control of the game, but that's not the case after that touchdown.
Yeah, they erase a 2 TD deficit here to grab the lead. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's finished off by a touchdown run coming from Eddie Lacy. Fielded about a yard deep. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And now they're in the hurry-up. Lynch looking to throw. Lynch fighting. He fumbles. He lost the football. Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Now Paxton Lynch on 3rd and long. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Vikings defense getting ready to go. They've had a couple passing touchdowns against them in this game, and that last drive they really got picked apart.
They've got to figure out how to tighten things up, because no matter what they've done, whatever adjustments they've made, offense has been a step ahead of them. So they've got to figure it out. Usually, a sack of the quarterback can help change the momentum.
Maybe bring some pressure.
I think maybe a little bit of pressure would help them greatly.
So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a first down in field goal range already. Now a first down carry. It's Lacey. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll run. This is Lacey. And another timeout called by the Vikings now. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. They run. It's Oliver. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And his kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49.